Hello everyone, welcome and thank you for joining me today. In this video I'm going to show you how to crochet the wave after wave square. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please subscribe, like and comment. It's a great way to show support, as I would love to be able to keep sharing my crochet with you. And without making this introduction any longer, let's start. The square it's worked in 4 sections and each section has 9 rows. I'm going to go through each row step by step, and if I'm going too fast or too slow, you have the option on the right bottom here to adjust the speed to your liking. To help you not waste your time and crochet a whole square without knowing the final measurements, this is the first row, so you can just make the first row with me, as I will show you later, and measure it like this. So I have 18 centimeters, and if you go like that, I have 36, right? So the final measurement of your square, corner to corner, will be twice the size of the first row. For the square that I'm going to crochet in this tutorial, I will be using a 4mm hook, and I'm using this yarn. This is cotton yarn, and it's size 2 fine yarn. You can use any yarn and any hook size you want, but please keep in mind that your final measurements of the square will not be the same as mine. So you have your yarn, you have your hook. You're going to need stitch markers, a needle, and scissors. For this project, we're going to use 4 stitches, chain, double crochet, triple crochet or a treble, and front post single crochet. And now we can get to work. Start by chaining 48 stitches, yarn over twice, and in the 4th stitch from the hook, so 1, 2, 3, 4, in the back bump here, we're going to make 1 treble, yarn over twice again, and into the same stitch we're going to make 1 more treble. Yarn over twice and skip 1 stitch on the foundation chain. Into the next one we're going to make 1 treble, yarn over twice, skip 1 stitch, and into the next one we're going to make 1 more treble, yarn over twice, skip 1 stitch, and insert your hook into the next one. We're not going to close this one, so we're going to have 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over twice, skip 1 stitch on the foundation chain, and into the next one. Once, twice. We have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through all, yarn over twice, skip 1 stitch, 1 treble into the next one, yarn over twice, skip 1 stitch, and one more treble. This is what we have so far. Yarn over twice, skip one stitch, and into the next one we're going to make 5 trebles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 trebles into one stitch. Without skipping any stitches on the foundation chain, so just right into the next one we're going to make 5 trebles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we just created a wave. This is the top of the wave. This amount of stitches sometimes can pull the stitch next to them, so be careful you don't lose this stitch right next to them. To continue, yarn over twice, skip the stitch right next to these 5 stitches and insert into the next one. Complete 1 treble, yarn over twice, skip 1 and into the next one, 1 more treble, next we're going to do 2 trebles together just like we did here. So yarn over twice, skip 1 and into the next one. We're not closing this one. Yarn over twice, skip 1 stitch and 1 treble, 3 loops on our hook, and we're going to yarn over and pull through all of them. Yarn over twice, skip 1 stitch, 1 treble into the next, yarn over twice, skip 1 stitch and 1 treble into the next. And now again we're going to create 1 wave. So yarn over twice, skip 1, and we're going to make 5 trebles into this stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Without skipping any stitches right into the next stitch, we're going to make 5 trebles again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to repeat the same sequence of stitches that we did after the first wave. So yarn over twice, skip the stitch next to the 5 stitches and into the next one, 1 treble, yarn over twice, skip, and insert into the next one, 1 treble, yarn over twice. Now we're going to make the 2 trebles that we close together. So we have 2 loops on our hook, yarn over twice, skip 1, and into the next one, 3 loops, and we're going to close together, yarn over twice, skip 1, and 1 treble into the next, yarn over twice, skip 1, 1 treble, yarn over twice, skip 1, and into the last stitch we're going to make 5 trebles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is our first row. Do not panic if you see 5 here at the end of the row and 3 in the beginning. It is not a mistake. Now we're going to chain 1, turn the work, and for each treble we're going to make a front post single crochet. So you just go behind the stitch, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through both. Let's do one more. Go behind the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both. And you have to do this for every stitch. When you get to the 2 trebles that we close together, we are going to treat this as 1 treble. So you're just going to go behind both of them, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both. To start the second row you can chain 4, but I don't like the way this looks, so I just do a standing stitch. And this is how I do it. Pull up a big loop and block it with your finger and go over the loop once and then again, so twice, and then insert the hook in the first stitch. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over once, pull through, yarn over, pull through twice, yarn over, pull through. This can be a little bit tricky in the beginning, but I think it looks better. Moving on, we're going to work in the stitches in the back. So you can see here we have basically a double row. We're going to forget about this ones and we're going to work in the stitches in the back. And we're going to yarn over twice, skip 1 and 1 treble, and we're going to repeat this 5 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now I have a total of 6 stitches. Yarn over, skip one, and then in the next stitch we're going to make 5 trebles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 more in the stitch right next to it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over twice, skip 1 stitch, and in the next one we're going to make 1 treble, skip 1 stitch, 1 more treble. Next is going to be the 2 trebles together, so yarn over twice, skip 1 stitch, and into the next one 1 treble, but we're not going to close it, skip 1 stitch and 1 treble. We have 3 on our hook, yarn over and pull through all of them, and skip 1 treble, skip 1 and 1 treble. Next it's going to be the top of the wave again, so in the next we're going to skip 1, and then in the next we're going to make 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 more in the one next to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over twice, skip 1 and 1 treble, skip 1, 1 treble. Next it's going to be the 2 trebles together, so we're going to skip 1 and 1 treble here that we're not going to close, skip 1, 1 treble, pull through all 3 together, skip 1, 1 treble, skip 1, 1 treble, skip 1, and into the last stitch one treble. Chain 1, turned work, and now we're going to do the front post single crochet row. Remember to take these 2 trebles together, it's 1 stitch. Third row, every row starts with 4 chains or with a triple standing stitch. I already have mine. Now yarn over twice, skip 1 and 1 treble, and we're going to repeat this 4 times. So that's 1 and 2, 3, and 4. So I have 5 stitches. skip one, and into the next one we're going to do 3 trebles, so that's 1, 2, 3, and into the one next to it we're going to do 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The next section is going to be just like the previous row, so we're going to do skip one, 1 treble, skip one, 1 treble. Next is the 2 trebles together, so that's 1, 2 loops on our hook, second one, 3 loops on our hook, and pull through all of them, skip one, 1 treble, skip one, and 1 treble. Skip one and 5 trebles into the next one, 3, 4, 5, and 5 more into the next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over twice, skip one, 1 treble, yarn over twice, skip one, and then 1 more treble. Next is the 2 stitches together, so that's going to be the first one and the second one. 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all of them, yarn over twice, and in the last stitch 5 trebles. Two, 3, 4, 5. As we work our way up, you're going to see on this side the edge is going to be wavy as well. Chain 1, turn the work, and the front post single crochet row. 4th row, I already have my standing stitch, yarn over twice, skip 1 stitch and 1 treble, and we're going to repeat this 3 times, so that's 1, 2, and 3. So I have 4 stitches. Yarn over twice, skip 1 stitch, and into the next 5 trebles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On this section is going to be the same as the previous row, so yarn over twice, skip 1 stitch and 1 treble, skip one, one treble, skip one, and this is going to be the two trebles together, three loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all three, skip one and one treble, skip one and one treble. Now we're going to skip one and 5 stitches into the next one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 trebles into the one right next to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over twice, skip one and one treble, skip one, one treble, skip one, and this is the two trebles together, so now don't close this, skip one, another treble, three loops, yarn over, pull through all of them, yarn over twice, skip one, one treble, skip one, and into the last stitch, one treble. Yarn over, chain one, turn the work, and front post single crochet row. Fifth row, I already have my standing stitch. Yarn over twice, skip one and one treble, and once more skip one and one treble. So I have 3 stitches, yarn over twice, skip one, and into the next one we're going to make 3 trebles. In this row, this section in between the waves, it's going to be a little bit different. So yarn over twice, skip one and one treble, yarn over twice, skip one, and next it's going to be the 2 trebles closed together. So that's 1, don't close it, and the second one, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all, yarn over twice, skip one and one treble, yarn over, skip one and one treble, yarn over twice, skip one, and next it's going to be the top of the wave, so 5 trebles into the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more into the one right next to this. 2, 3, 5. To end this row, we're going to skip one treble, and we're going to do this 4 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So after the top of the wave, we have 4 stitches where we skipped one treble, and the last stitch we don't work into this one, we're going to use it later. Chain, turn, and front post single crochet row. 6th row, I already have my standing triple stitch, and now yarn over twice, skip 1 and 1 treble, and we're going to do this 6 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So in total I have 7 stitches. Next it's the top of the wave, so we're going to skip 1 and 5 stitches into this stitch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more into the one right next to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over twice, skip 1 treble, skip 1 treble, skip 1 treble, and into the last stitch 3 trebles. So that's 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, turn the work, and front post single crochet row. Row number 7, I already have my standing stitch. Yarn over twice, skip 1 and 1 treble, and we're going to repeat this 5 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I have 6 stitches. Yarn over twice, skip 1 and 5 trebles into the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over twice, skip 1 and 1 treble. Yarn over twice, skip 1 treble. Next we're going to do the 2 trebles together, so skip 1 and 1 treble that we're not going to close. yarn over twice, skip one, one treble, 3 loops, pull through all of them, yarn over twice, skip one, and into the last stitch, one treble. Chain one, turn the work, and front post single crochet. Starting row number 8, I already have my standing stitch. Skip one and one treble, once, twice, and 3 times. So I have 4 stitches, yarn over twice, skip one, and into the next one we're going to make 3 trebles. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over twice, skip one, one treble, yarn over twice, skip one, one treble, and one more treble in the last stitch. Chain one, turn the work, and front post single crochet row. And this is the last row. I already have my standing stitch, yarn over twice, and without skipping any stitch, right into the next one, we're going to do a treble, but we're not going to close it. Yarn over twice, skip one, and into the next one, one treble. So we have 3 on the hook, and we're going to close them together. Yarn over twice, skip one, and into the next one we're going to do 3 trebles. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Unfortunately, I have a knot here. Next, we're going to yarn over twice, skip one, and one treble that we're not going to close. Yarn over twice and into the next stitch, one treble, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all of them, chain one, turn the work, and we're going to do a front post single crochet row. We're going to take the first 2 together as one stitch, and then 1, 2, and 3. The next 2 together again, and then this is the last one. You can fasten off here. And now I have to cut the yarn because I'm working with 4 different shades, but if I didn't, this is how I move the yarn to start the next section. So I just move it behind like that, and then I insert my hook into the last stitch and yarn over and pull the yarn through. Make sure it's not too tight, and then when you do this you have to start with a 4 chain. And now we're going to work the next section here. I made this as a pillowcase, and all the corners on this have this yarn here. As long as it's not too tight, it's on the wrong side, so it won't be visible, and you will have less loose ends to weave in. If you're also changing colors, or if you simply don't want to have that piece of yarn here behind your work, start with a slip knot, lock it with your finger, and yarn over once and twice. Keep the yarn behind your work and insert the hook into the last stitch. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through once, twice, and 3 times, and you have a standing stitch. Yarn over twice, and into the same stitch we're going to make 2 more trebles. So this row is going to be worked just the first row on the first section, the difference being that we're going to work it on the previous section. We have 3 stitches, yarn over twice, next stitch is going to be worked on this stitch, yarn over twice, next treble is going into the ridge of this front post single crochet row, yarn over twice, and here we're going to work the 2 trebles that close together. So that's 1 and 2, yarn over and pull through all loops, yarn over twice, and next treble is into the ridge of this row, yarn over twice, and the next treble is going on top of this stitch. Now we're going to form the wave, so yarn over twice, and the first 5 stitches are going to go right here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next 5 are going to go right next to it into this stitch, so yarn over twice and make 5 trebles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. After this wave, we're just going to repeat the sequence that started from this stitch to the top of this wave. So yarn over twice and 1 treble, yarn over twice and into this ridge 1 treble. Here we're making the 2 trebles that close together. Yarn over twice, 1 treble, yarn over twice, and 1 more treble. Next is 5 stitches into the ridge here, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now again we're going to repeat starting from this stitch after the wave. So yarn over twice, 1 treble, yarn over twice, 1 treble, yarn over twice, and these are the 2 trebles close together. Yarn over twice, 1 treble here, yarn over twice, and 1 more treble here. And the last 5 stitches we're going to work them into the same stitch where these 5 stitches are. So this is the first row of the first section, and we're going to work our 5 stitches here. And if you can move the tail here and work together so you can just pull it tighter in the end. So yarn over twice, that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is the last one. Now chain 1, turn the work, and front post single crochet row. Once the first row is completed, you just have to go back to row number 2 and then just repeat the whole section. I will put a timestamp in the description box below. Second section is finished. This is what it looks like with 2 sections finished. The third section will start on this edge, like on the inside, so you will see you have your work like this, and this is the inside of your square. So the third section will start just the way the second section started, and then you will go back to row number 2 of the first section and continue working. You will find the timestamps in the description box below. 3 sections finished. Don't get scared if you see it's not a perfect square yet. We still have 1 more section to go. When you finish the last section, fasten off and leave quite a long tail. We're going to use this to join these 2 together. First, as you can see, the stitch in the middle became quite loose because we worked so many stitches in it. So we're going to flip the work. If you didn't work over the tail end like me, you're just gonna go around and go through all these stitches until you reach the first color or the first stitch of the first row, and you're just going to pull like this. See, it looks much better. And now we're just going to weave this end. Before we start sewing these 2 sides together, we're just going to match them and place a stitch marker. The first stitch marker we're going to place is going to be on the 3rd row where we have these 5 stitches here, and just on the row that you can see it's raised. Just place it there, and it's right in between these 2 stitches. So it's going to be 5 on the side and 5 on the other side. And the next is going to be on the 6th row, where we have these 3 stitches. Again, on the raised row, we're going to place the stitch mark, and the same in between these 2 stitches. Now the yarn is on this side, but we're going to knit it on this side, so just go behind and pull the yarn through the stitches. Make sure you don't pull too tight, and then just secure it once. Flip the work. First, we're going into the stitch where these 3 stitches in the beginning are. That's once, and I go once more just to secure it. Then what I do, I take two stitches from here and attach it to one row. So the stitch of one row, just like this. So I take this side and then one stitch from the other side, this side, and one stitch, the next 2 stitches. So I take these 2 together and once more, next 2 stitches, it's this row here, and then we are here where we place the stitch marker, and we're just going to join these 2. And then repeat until you reach the middle of the square. So far I made these 2 squares, which I said I'm going to turn into a sweater, but it's summer, so I'm actually going to turn them into tops. I made this one, which is quite big, and it's going to be a pillowcase. And then I made these 2 pieces. This is going to be a bag. I only made 3 sections of the square, and then I made a strap. And that's all for now. I hope you will tag me in your finished projects, as I would love to see you get creative with this pattern. If you enjoyed this tutorial, I hope I will see you in the next one. Take care of yourself. Bye!